What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Riding. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Riding Dad channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Either way, very glad to have you. Right over there is my new bike. You know why you clicked on this video. You want to see what it is, but first, let's roll that intro.
Riding Dad YouTube channel, it's the Riding Dad YouTube channel, it's the Riding Dad YouTube channel, it's the Riding Dad.
All right, so in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what the bike is, and then we're gonna talk about it and go over plans and everything that I have for it. But before I do that, I need you guys to comment below and guess what it is. A lot of you guys have been watching the channel for a while now, so you should have a pretty good idea of what this is. Although last time, some guys thought that they had a good idea and I completely went and got a different bike than I was even ever thinking about getting. So go ahead and comment right now what you think it is, and let's do the bike reveal in 3, 2, 1, bam. There it is. It is a 2014 Harley Davidson Sportster. This one is specifically the XL883 Super Low, and we're gonna go over a bunch of things on it, but first I want to say that I know it is clapped out. I got a very good deal on it. It has low miles, which we'll talk about. It did come with a second mirror, but the mirror was flopping all around at the joint right here, so I just went ahead and took that off for the beginning. And okay, so it has a custom blue paint job, which is nothing special at all, but there's some very minor scratches and everything. But even with the paint correction, I believe that the blue could be a pretty nice blue. Some spots you see are like, hopefully you guys can see that, spray painted, you know, the powder coat, if this was even a powder coat. It looks like it probably was a powder coat. Powder coat is coming off. You know, it's a 14. The title was transferred from Texas. The only bright side is, I guess it does have some new tires. They put new tires on it, but there are some Dunlop Road Smart or whatever. They're, in my opinion, garbage tires. I would never run these, but they're brand new, so I'm gonna run them at least for a few months. It's got this stupid license plate bracket. Also, let me say, well, first let's address the worst part of this bike is this absolute garbage 2x2 with this trash heat wrap on it. So let me say, if you like the style that it is right now, this 2x2 TC Bros air cleaner dropped low, you guys are not going to be happy at all with the build that I do to this. So I would recommend not getting your hopes up for something similar to this, because very few parts of this bike are going to stay stock. So yeah, it's got the blue paint job like I talked about. It does have this aftermarket LED headlight, which is perhaps the best thing on this bike, even though it looks like it's slightly bent or whatever, but it's not bad. I don't know if it's Chinese or not, but either way it works pretty good for what it is. It's a 14, so all external wiring. It's still, so they splurged on this LED headlight, or you know, whatever, and they have a stock crap bulbs on the turn signals, so not sure what that's about. Just some weird stuff. It was never in an accident, so at least report, so I'm not sure, but there's some like weird scratches and stuff. But it's the stock belt drive, stock transmission, stock bore. Like I said before, my best guess, just due to style, is that this is a TC Bros air cleaner. I would assume that that's what it is. It's got this real crappy paint job on the gas cap. I'm still rocking the stock grips. I believe it has the stock shocks, aftermarket blacked out covers and tail light. I believe that is all that I can think of. Somebody very poorly spray painted the the calipers. It's got the stock rotors. That's about it that I can see. The oil filter does look new. The shop that I got it from, they said they don't necessarily change all the fluids, but they inspect them. According to them, all the fluids were up to their spec. However, I already have ordered a complete oil change kit. I'm also going to do a complete flush for the brakes. This model does not have ABS, which is something that I did not want at all in this build, and we're going to go over why. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. I have a 2-in-1 exhaust already ordered and shipped. I will be replacing the air cleaner at some point. I will be either chopping this fender or installing like a Saddleman eliminator or something like that, but not yet. The stock seat or whatever this seat is in my opinion trash, so that's going soon. I do already have taller, better shocks. Actually, they're literally already here. I bought them before I even picked up the bike. So yeah, that is pretty much everything that I can think of on this. I have new bars already. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff to this. So what kind of build series or what kind of build am I going for with this? Well, this I'm either gonna do a tracker style or a like hooligan, if you want to call it, street style. So I want to either do like a full, I'm not going to be stunting, but a full stunt style bike, or like a dual sport. I'm more leaning towards like the dual sport dirt bike type thing with like the, you know, the tail section eliminator and like the fender stuff like that. So that's kind of where my train of thought is right now with it. Like I said, a bunch of stuff ordered, a bunch of stuff I'm going to do to it. This will be an exciting new build for the channel and for me and for you guys to follow along with. I'm super excited about it. And in case you guys are wanting to build your own clapped out Sportster, or, you know, kind of go from rags to riches with the Sportster, from zero to hero, if you will, and you're wondering how much I paid and what the stats was, like I said, this is a 2014. I am in Southwest Florida. I've been shopping the market for Sportsters for a while. I knew I wanted to do a build for the channel. I was looking at potentially like an SV650 or a Royal Enfield or a Sportster, just a bunch of different stuff in that small bike tracker style, you know, kind of niche. And what essentially I wound up going with, obviously, was this Harley, and that is partly because I like Harley as a brand. I feel pretty well acquainted with the Harley aftermarket area. I've heard great things about Evo engines, and I've never had one, so this is my introduction to Evo, and I want to get a chance to, you know, kind of break into the Evo engine and be able to do stuff. Sportsters have relatively cheap parts as far as Harley stuff goes, at least. Everything aftermarket for these are pretty easy to get and pretty cheap. I already have a lot of parts that fit, like the bars. I could, you know, I have some bars laying in the garage, like I said earlier, stuff like that. And you guys are mostly Harley people, so I felt that a Harley build would benefit the channel more than any other style bike also. So that is all another part, you know, why I went with the Sportster build also. So yeah, anyway, back to the actual like kind of stats of the bike. 2014 Sportster XL883 super low in Southwest Florida. I paid right around the $5,000 mark out the door. Taxes, tags, whatever you want to call, you know, dealer fees, everything included. And the dealer fees are actually super low, non-negotiable, but, you know, under $300. So I was okay with it, I guess. So yeah, Sportster 2014, right around the $5,000 mark, just a hair over. And the best part of this, I don't even want to tell you, I just want to show you. You ready for this? Make sure you guys are focused so I don't ruin the whole reveal. All right, you ready? You ready? Bam, 5,417 miles. That is the total amount of miles on this bike. That is it. That is pretty low. That's less miles than my 2020 has, which is 6 years newer. As far as I know, this is a single owner Sportster, but even if it's not, I'm not too worried about it. Most of the stuff looks stock. It runs okay. It does take a little bit of time to fire up, which I should start the bike up for you so you can hear how clapped out this is. But I believe, my understanding, I don't think there's any tune going on with it. So my belief and assumption would be that between the pipes being garbage and a exhaust and an air cleaner swap out install, I'm assuming that nobody took the time to tune this or get a tuner or anything with it. So that is the reason I would think that it takes a little bit of time to start up. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Old school keys, make sure we're in neutral, which is kind of hard because I already pushed the bike a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go. if you guys can pick up on that from the video. Hopefully it did do it a little bit of justice at least, but there is a little bit of a rattle, and the rattle is coming back to right around this area. You can even hear it when I kick it. I don't know what the issue is, but like I said, I'm not too worried about it because that exhaust is getting scrapped within the next week, as well as a bunch of other stuff. So that kind of brings me to where we're at with the channel. Obviously, you guys are seeing this video this week, and the following week will be a helmet review video that I have. I've taken the video a while back, so we'll do the helmet review. It's so bright. We'll do the helmet review, and then we're gonna dive into some of the updates and upgrades we have to this Sportster. I probably am gonna skip the fluids changeover because Sportsters have been around forever and there's a ton of videos on YouTube. I don't feel like that's really important to show you guys, but I will go over what I did with it. I'll do kind of like a checklist thing, but we're gonna replace almost everything. Tins and the bottom end of the engine are about the only things that are gonna stay stock, and even those are debatable right now. And the transmission will most likely stay stock. But you guys have to make sure you are subscribed. Hit the thumbs up on this video, please. I'm trying to gain my YouTube following and popularity. Hopefully I get some sponsors like Keeps, because I really try to take care of my hair. So let me know what you guys think of this bike. Again, like, subscribe, all that, please. Instagram is the easiest way to contact me and have a conversation with me. I talk to all you guys all the time on there, and I really appreciate and enjoy the community that we have created here on YouTube. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you very much for watching, subscribing, liking, and conversing with me. I love what we have going here on the Riding Dad channel. And until the next time, guys, ride safe, have fun. Dad out.